STEM can be fun. STEM can be fun. STEM can be fun.
Welcome back to STEM Can Be Fun at Little Flower. Our names are Arianna
and Cydney.
This time around, your hosts are sophomores.
Today, we have Little Flower's principal, Ms. Radebaugh, joining us here. Hi, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm now in my 4th year as principal, 6th year overall. Amen to that, right? We are very excited because we are looking forward to a great school year. 25-26 is going to be amazing. We have a couple new teachers joining us. We had a really great summer bridge program. Our incoming 9th graders worked hard this summer in math, reading, and writing skills. And it's going to be a great year with the shark, right? That's our mascot for this year. So we're going to dip our way through it, right?
Go Sharks. How did you come to work at Little Flower?
So I was the vice principal at Lee Elementary, which is in West Philadelphia. And it was during COVID, and I was really missing my faith. And I was not able to talk openly about my faith in a public school. And when COVID hit, I always knew I relied on my faith, but I didn't realize how much I needed it to say out loud openly all the time. And to be able to pray out loud with my students is pretty awesome. So that was when I was called to apply. And I saw that Little Flower had an opening for the assistant principal job. And I was really excited. And it was a miracle. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It was an absolute miracle. And I started in 2020, and it was during COVID. And it was probably the hardest year ever because I didn't know the students that well because everyone was remote. And we had to navigate a lot of new systems. And I felt I wasn't really helping the teachers as much as I could because the teachers were away too. But the spirit of Little Flower has always been so strong that I still felt part of the school community, and I was still able to, engage. It was a true miracle. And then when we opened up our doors in 2021 to the A and B schedule, half of our students came in on half days, things like that. It was refreshing. It was really nice getting to know the students again and being able to graduate them.
So can you tell us a little bit about your day-to-day during summer and then your day-to-day in school time?
Okay, so everyone thinks that principals don't work during the summer, and we do. We do, people. We work all the time. And I have pictures to prove it. There are sometimes I take pictures of my car at the end of the day, and I'm the only car in the parking lots, just living that principal life. And that happens all the time. No, principals are very busy during the summer. So first, I'm monitoring the summer bridge program. Shout out to those teachers and girls because they're on the hot 3rd floor. They're in air conditioning, but those hallways are hot, right? And so the fact that they're coming in every day, learning math, reading, and study skills is really crucial for them coming in their freshman year because they need to be on point, right? Your freshman year sets your GPA. Your freshman year sets your GPA. Your freshman year sets your GPA. And then I'm hiring teachers, which is really great because we want to bring in the best teachers possible for our awesome students at Little Flower. And then I'm trying to build some programs. We've been working a lot with Pilgrimage of Courage and talking about racism and what does it mean to be Catholic, see racism happening. So how can you confront it? Making sure that all of our students feel welcome. And we always want to continue those conversations. And then planning professional development for our teachers, like what do they need to work on? This is our first full year coming up from middle states, and we still have a math goal, an English goal, a social emotional learning goal. So making sure that our teachers feel supported and helping those goals out. And then, sports. We really are trying to grow our athletic program here. And we are looking for, again, like the best coaches. And so now we have a new assistant coming in to work. She's an intern working with Francesco. We're really excited to welcome her. Shout out to her. I know that that's a lot, but that's real. It's real. Oh, during the school year, what do I do? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so most principals teach too. So I probably will pick up something that needs to be picked up either in science or math, whatever needs to happen. And working with teachers, working with students, making sure they feel supported, making sure that parents are feeling welcome, doing our diversity, equity, inclusion forums. We already had those on the calendar. Busy, busy, busy.
What do you think differentiates Little Flower from other high schools?
I'm going to say this over and over again. The girls. You girls are fantastic. Seriously, a Little Flower student is amazing. They're absolutely incredible. When you first come in as freshmen, you have so many unknowns. It's our job to make sure that you are infused with St. Therese through the mission and ministry, what she does, and that you understand that those little acts of kindness are life-changing, right? And we change you into being the missionary disciples that you go out to be, right? And that's it. It's the girls. The Little Flower student is exceptional. When you first come in at 9th grade to when you leave, you become a better person. You are well educated. You know that you can go out and make a difference. You know you can do a podcast. You know you can grow vegetables up on the 3rd floor. You know you can crochet a rose. And you're just not afraid to do things. I think that that's it. I mean, the bravery of our Little Flower students is something that's unmatched. And I'm so blessed to work every day here and work with our students and just to see that we are preparing you for whatever you want to do.
So, what's your favorite part of being a principal at Little Flower?
Ordering pizza. I order pizza all the time. I think that that's my favorite part. Just making sure that I feed the people. El Greco. Shout out to El Greco. El Greco is the best. They're on 9th Street. They're so good. I love their pizza. I also love Two Brothers. In all seriousness, continue to grow our academic program. We want our students to do great things in the world, but we also want to be able to give them access. So we've developed really tough courses here. We have a great partnership with Holy Family and DeSales University through dual enrollment. We offer very strong AP classes, and then making sure that all of our students, no matter who you are, get met in terms of their academic need.
What role does STEM play in the school? How does the school implement different learning initiatives?
So it's really important that you all see yourselves in whatever role you want to be in, right? And so we are finding that more corporations and more local unions are looking for women in STEM because of your skill set. And when I mean skill set, I mean critical thinking, I mean creativity, and also too, being able to do things because of your stature. And so with the robotics program, we really hope to develop welding. Like that's one of our, 3 to 5 year goals is like really think about how female welders are different than male welders. Not just because of jewelry, right? Like we all know jewelry is created through welding, but there are other things that female welders can do that male welders can't because of your stature. And that opens a whole door of opportunities and jobs for you all. And we also want you to be financially happy and successful. More engineering firms are looking for female engineers and female welders because you can do things that men can't do. With that, too, we have our very strong robotics program. C-Perch does very well in our competitions every year, and we don't have a pool. So the fact that our students do incredibly well because they do a makeshift pool. Another big part of this, and that's why we have Ms. Cooney here, is that she's really going to be starting, our fashion and our continuing on with our aeroponics. Like, how do we keep supporting industry based off of what we see as a need here? I mean, you girls buy dresses all the time, right? You girls also have to pay for alterations. So we want to make sure that if you want to go into the fashion industry or learn a specific trade or skill, that you do so. And we can do that here at Little Flower. A big part of the aeroponics project is making sure that we all know that healthy food is available, right? Because we all live in different parts of the city and access to grocery stores is not really that great, right? And so we don't want our girls and our families not eating proper food. And how can we do that? Well, we can show our students how to grow things where they can use it in their everyday meals. Herbs and vegetables can be grown very easily with the towers, and that can change your meal plan.
So, if you could have one person to come and speak at Little Flower, who would it be and why?
Can I say St. Therese? Would that be cliche of me to say St. Therese?
Who's the top 3 that you would like to come to Little Flower?
Let's see. So St. Therese, St. T is number 1. That's our girl, right? I do want everyone to hear from a woman who is in a high demanding office. That could be many different people. That could be our mayor. And I know that she's had a really frustrating time recently. And I think that that's important for us to learn and how to navigate, because we all are going to be female leaders. And there are going to be times where you have to make decisions that are unpopular, and you have to make decisions that may not be polling well or have the appearance of doing well, but you believe is what's best for the city. Now, I'm not saying that she's right or wrong. I don't know. I'm not in that job. But I do think it's important for our students to hear that there are strong women every day making decisions that they feel are best for either that corporation, that city, that country, right? I was reading about Iceland the other day because Iceland has a female president. They have a female parliament head. They have so many female leaders. How has that dynamic helped that country? You know, I always want more women to come in who are public facing. So, for instance, Taryn Hatcher, she is one of the reporters for the Philadelphia Phillies. And again, I just want you all to see yourselves in public view. And then again, there are so many Philadelphian role models. Like, for instance, we just had the James Beard Award. Do you know what that is? So the James Beard Award says you're doing a great job with your restaurant. There's been more women chefs now, female chefs, that have won that award in Philadelphia than ever before. So like, how did they do it? So that's who I would want to come in. Philadelphian women who are making a difference, but they've had to make decisions that were unpopular, but they know it's what's best for their school. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not school. Sometimes that's how I feel. I'm like, I know this is not going to go well, but I know that this is what's best. And I think that that's an important skill set to learn when you're a female, because don't apologize. This is what's best.
Miss Radebaugh, is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for welcoming me to this podcast. You are doing a great job. Thank you for spreading the mission and ministry of St. Therese. I would like our students to really think about how they are presenting themselves this year. We saw that with our new Pope, right? Like the first thing that he said was, "Peace be with you." And to me, that was awesome. Do you remember when we were here and the Pope was announced and we were all going like, white smoke, white smoke. We were all going nuts. And to have that same type of excitement and energy, and to have his first thing say like, "Peace be with you," that's just everything, right? So I really do want our girls to think about that. How are you presenting yourself? How are you presenting yourself spiritually, academically, emotionally, and just making sure that we're choosing to always put health first, always put peace first. You know, I don't want our girls in this like negative vibe or in this negative space. And if you are, how can we help you get out of it, right? Say, "I need help," because we don't want any student to feel stuck. We don't want any student to feel unheard. And that's why we're going to keep doing our listening sessions, keep talking about tough topics. We're going to hire teachers who want to show you how awesome you are and teach you the best academic program ever.
That's all we have for you today. A big thank you to Miss Radebaugh for joining us on today's episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. Toodles!
STEM can be fun, STEM can be fun, STEM can be fun.